Today we're going to go over why you may or may not want to build a roll cage, and then we're going to be cutting this one out. And I'll tell you why. I'm Kelly, this is Chop Shop. Let's start cutting some tube. Now I've come to the realization that I am not going to build a straight up race car. I want to be able to daily drive this, have fun with it, and still be safe on track days. Technically, for track days, you don't even need a roll cage at all. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. But my understanding, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, which I'm sure you will. Once you step up and actually build a roll cage and put it in your vehicle, it now has to abide by all the rules in the rule book. You can just use a regular 3-point, seatbelt. You don't even need a harness. So I'm going to go kind of in between that and build kind of a 4-point roll cage. In this, with a properly built roll cage, it will make the vehicle safer. And also, an added effect of this that you might not think about is it makes the chassis stiffer, which for racing is really good. It's going to strengthen the whole chassis. But a improperly done roll cage, as you will see in this car right here, is actually less safe than having no roll cage. This roll cage has a main hoop here. It has a halo bar up on the top. It has front bars that go down to the plates here. And it also has door sill bars here and our harness bar, and then one support piece back here that's tied in right here, and then 2 supports coming from the main hoop down to the center right here. So it might be hard to see, but you can see it looks like about a 3-inch by 6-inch plate that's sloppily welded to the floor, and then another 6-inch plate. This floor plate is only about 3 inches wide, not 6, and it is basically only attached on the floor. This is a big hole here, so you can stick my hand in here. There's nothing under here, so the only thing that's supporting it is like this little strip here and a little strip back here. So that's also no bueno. The body line, it should follow the B-pillar line, which it's angled too far back, so this needs to be back here and more standing up, not leaned back quite so far. So I'm sitting in a Jeep seat on the floor of the car. So this is about the seating position that I would be in. And as you can tell right here, my head actually touches the roll cage just sitting here in the seat. As a car I want to drive on the street, you do not want to have this halo bar here. Okay, so we got our helmet on now and it touches the roll bar. I can't even sit up straight. I have to sit at an angle. So I don't like this at all. So yeah, let's start cutting it out and redesign it and make it correct. So I got a couple examples of metal here. This is 1/8 inch thick plate. This is what we'll be using to make our mounting surfaces for the tie-ins to the unibody. And so that's an 1/8 inch thick piece of plate. This is 3/16 plate right here. And then this is 1/4 inch. So this is normally what I work with on my Jeep is 3/16 and 1/4 inch. So 1/8 is gonna be really nice and easy to work with compared to 1/4 inch here. So this is a typical piece of DOM tube that you would see in a roll cage. This is 1 3/4, 120 wall, so 1.75, 120 wall DOM tube. So you can see on the inside there is no, you can't see the weld. So it goes through another process after it's welded that basically removes the weld. So this is a piece of 1/4 inch wall, like 3-inch pipe, and you can see there is the ERW. You can see the weld in it. So this is not a piece of DOM tube. That's one of the ways you can tell is you can see the seam on the outside and you can see the weld. This is a piece of DOM 1.5-inch, 1/4 inch wall. You can see how much thicker this is compared to this as far as the wall thickness. So that's just a quick overview of like different types of materials. All this stuff I grabbed out of my scrap bin that's right down below me. I was able to find 2 pieces of 1/8 inch thick steel that are perfect size that I'll be able to cut the floor plates out of. Welcome to CAD class. Those of you who don't know, that's cardboard aided design. So I am going to be making a plate that's going to be the main hoop base plate, and I'm going to make it go all the way along here, and I'm also going to make it go up into the B-pillar, so the welding it to the B-pillar, so if it tries to push through, it's going to have to pull this B-pillar down with it too. Those of you that are new to the channel, I use the Harbor Freight Titanium Unlimited 200 welder. It took me a little while, but I got this thing dialed in and it's fully welded in now. I'm really confident this is going to be a strong base plate for the main hoop. So here is the main hoop cut out, and I had planned on reusing this main hoop. So I went to the metal yard and found the exact same pipe, whatever, that I cut out of here. And it turns out that what it is ASME SA53 Schedule 10 1.25 inch Schedule 40 pipe. So this is not a structural material. This particular one is made in Taiwan. So this pipe is a welded seamless pipe, but it is mainly used for mechanical and pressure applications and used in steam, water, and gas and airlines. So it is not a structural pipe. So I am not going to use it. I went to the metal yard today and I found 1.75-inch 120 wall DOM. ASTM A513 Type 5, made in USA. So this is gonna be my new main hoop. And then I found another piece. This is literally the last pieces that they had in the yard. So this is gonna be my main hoop, and then I'll be using this piece for my tie-ins and stuff like that. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is making a plate that's going to go on the top of this tower. Now that I have everything cut off here, take your cardboard, and I actually found this plasma stencils from 911 Motorsports that he sent me. These things are super helpful in finding curves, like going around this right here. This is the perfect size, so I was able to just put this template on here and transfer it over to the cardboard, and I have the perfect cutout for this size. So the plan is spend some time getting it where basically this is going to bolt down on the top here, and then I left 3/4 inch sticking out over the top, and then I'm going to use my 1/8 inch plate, and I'm going to be plating in the front here, the front, and then around to here. So our support bar can go from the strut towers, and then on this spot here from the roll cage right there. Bolt this down, and I'm basically going to hit it with a hammer and roll it over the top of the 1/8 inch plate, and then weld it all together. I just want to make the chassis as stiff as possible. race car stuff. So we have our 1/8 inch plate here tied into the floor, fully welded, that goes up to the top, and that top plate rolled over and fully welded. There's also an 1/8 inch plate here as well. I have the roll bar on the ground. I'm using the laser to measure all the way across to make sure that it's completely straight. For me, it's about 16.5 inches from here to where I want my harness bar to be. And then I did mark the same thing on this side, so we got the laser going all the way across. And I found the center of here, and then we have our center I marked on the ground right there. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to get it exactly center and make these absolutely identical, which is the whole plan to begin with. So this is pretty much center right there, and I want this up a little bit higher. So it's going to be a little bit off. Now that I know where I'm going to put this in, I'm going to tack it in. Off camera, I went ahead and finish welded the main hoop to the base plates, and then this strut bar that goes across here. And I'm making the bar that's going to go from up here down to the plate up here. So I got a piece of cardboard and then barbecue skewers for shish kebabs, super cheap. And then I have my guide right here, and I can push them in and get it at the angle that I want. And then I can take this and transfer it over to my tube right here that I'm going to be using, and I'll have a good rough idea of the angle I need to cut. Okay guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. This was by far the most difficult fabrication project that I have undertaken. It was much more difficult than I had anticipated. It took me a lot longer than I anticipated, but I got it done. I am super happy and really proud at the way that it turned out now that it's all done. There's a couple little things that I would have done differently when I first started it, and I actually bent that main hoop. I had the sunroof still in it. Now I have the LRB Speed sunroof delete panel, and I have the whole sunroof out. So I could have made that roll bar maybe 1 inch or 2 inches taller, which would have been nice as far as helmet clearance and roof clearance because I'm really tall, I'm 6'1". Other than that, I really wouldn't change anything. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, I got a lot more Jeep videos coming out, I got a lot more RX7 videos coming out. As you can see, I have an engine hoist back here. Things are happening, and I'm shooting the other direction because you can't see what's going on over here yet, because it is going on right now. It's going down, okay? So if you guys are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. And if you want to follow me on social media, I am at MuddyBeards4x4. Check out our website, muddybeards4x4.com. Shirts, stickers, stuff like that. And we'll see you in the next one.